Hey peeps, it's Danny Go here. That's actually my new load screen or for the a stream or videos. Where I had a nice vista of playing on Arcadia. But this obviously, if you can read it, you can definitely read it. It's pretty easy to read. That I opened, maybe you can't read how many crates I opened. It was about 100, 123, I think, something like that, or maybe 30. I don't know. It's a little small. How many? Oh, 131. It's right there, 131. So that's not that many crates. And I didn't even know it was possible. You can get 1,000 pet crate. It is possible. So apparently there are 500 pet crates and 1,000 pet crates. I thought I was competing for the big prize of 100 pet crates. I was very wrong. And wow, yeah, I didn't even when I opened it, I was just like staring at my screen and I was like confused. Like, um, you know, what? I, I couldn't comprehend it. But anyway, yeah, it's wow, 1,000 ped crate. I did pick up the ped. I think it was something like 1,175-ish peds. I think it's actually a little more than that, maybe 77 peds. I don't remember exactly. Well, we don't have to guess. So did my feel like when I started this, everything crashed. No, no, it didn't. Only Entropia crashed. Okay, cool. Maybe we could go to Ludius to see the amount. But yeah, so this is going to be a results show actually. Just because that's a big update. So yeah, I was, quite a lot, pretty. I mean, that's a like super big Hoth, really. Yeah, I mean that's a Hoth board on Entropia, even on Entropia. I mean for Ludius that's like super Hoth board, but yeah, I mean, um, let me see if where is it? Withdrawals? Yeah, what was my withdrawal today? You have to try to keep this short because this is my lunch break actually. Um, I definitely can't be dilly-dallying, but on the other hand, I've got an hour, I mean, I started 10 minutes in, but, I can do 40 minutes if I want. We'll see. Okay, so withdrawal day was 1,177.74 peds. I don't know if you can read that, but I just read it to you. So, yeah, 1,177 and 74 peck, because the peck are very important. Oh, wow. I mean, so, yeah, this is kind of a 2-week total. Usually I do it on Friday. Today's Saturday, obviously. For Friday was just like I don't know, I was just a little out of it. But hey, do it today. It's cool too because I picked it up today. So, obviously my score line increased quite a lot in the 2 weeks. Almost 1,350 peds. So that's also actually past that. You know, I guess I gained about 200 peds somewhere. I don't know where, but um, I mean, I did a lot of things. There was an event on Cyrene. I got a little bit from that. Not a whole lot. I was really busy and kind of out of it, but I got something. Wrong part. But yeah, skills are kind of in line with kind of the low end of what I do. I mean, that equates to about 440 skills a week, which is fine. You know, I'm not really, I mean, I like it when I gain a lot of skills, but to me, it's also just like, what I want to do is, just enjoy stuff, enjoy the game. Um, so, if I'm not feeling like playing a whole lot, or if I just feel really busy, I don't want to push myself. Um, so But I had a lot of fun. I did some mining on rock actually, and I had a lot of fun mining on rock, mining on Toulon. So it was actually a good 2 week. I was at Cyrene, had fun at the event. I think the week of the event I was in the office, and also when I was not in the office, I think I was just really not doing a whole lot. But even still, it was still good. Okay. All right, so but yeah, I mean that's a pretty good baseline movement actually. What was the? Let me go back here. Was it? I mean, I guess it was. I didn't really record it. I think there was about 150 ped global on Toulon, and then I had a ton of MU. So I don't know. I don't know where exactly we pulled ahead like that, but we did a little bit. But that's a good thing, right? So maybe go back to the actual game. I probably have more dailies to pick up, but there's one of them I want to do. Um, so there are some of these land areas that are zero tax. So I'm going to go to one of those. This is zero tax land area. I'm guessing there's just no ownership to it. So basically the way I would see it is it's just part of Cali. Some of them actually say Mindark official annex. Some of them say that placeholder guy. But I'm assuming it's just normal tax. I mean, because the tax is zero, so if anything, it's just like essentially like you're playing on Cali. This is so I mean this is one I'm going to Chinook River. This is actually a tax one, but the mob I'm wanting to it's like a little dinosaur mob. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because I'll butcher it. But you know, um, I'm flying to the other one. I'm not sure. I know there's some bigger ones on like a big area. I'm not really familiar of any other good area. I've seen a small amount. I think kind of like a small amount up in here. But it's not really concentrated enough for me. I mean, there may not be really a better spot. I mean, there may be a lot better spot, and if you know it, and it's like not an taxed one, you could always just put like a link in, like a waypoint or in the comments. That would be cool. Oh, I discovered the autocrafting, and maybe you guys are gonna laugh. It's probably been around, for some time, so it's probably kind of hilarious that I just quote unquote discovered autocrafting. Like guys out of touch. But I mean, hey, I'm not really trendy with my game, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. I mean, I think like with events and stuff, it's like, okay, like yeah, the MU moves a few percent, on on some bigger things, but and maybe it moves drastically on some things. I mean, you see, like if you know how to mine magnesium, that one's up a lot. That one I sold it for I sold some magnesium for like 305% MU, 305 MU. That's really nice. Usually 200 is a good price. A lot of times it was like 180, and that's not a bad price, 180, but 200 is like a good price. 305 is insane. So yeah, I definitely, I got my magnesium spot. I mean, it's not all magnesium, but it's a good spot for me. So I hit my magnesium spot hard. Um, yeah, that's one of the things you got to do in this game. If there's something that really spikes in MU and you know how to get it and you feel confident about it, when you see a spike, you need to go and do that. Well, it's one of the things I'm trying to teach. Not I'm sure that there's quite a lot of not teaching because I'm talking about my life. I'm just all over the place. But I do want to, give you guys some stuff to hopefully newer players, or if you're struggling in the game, think about that. Look for the MU. If you know something and it's just spiked and it's 305%, and you know how to get it, and you know how to get it decently, go for it. That's how you win in this game. You don't win by beating Mind Arc. You never beat Mind Arc. I don't believe I don't believe anyone beats Mind Arc. You win by synergizing. You work with Mind Arc, essentially to get things that people want and need. So people want and need Ignesium, so I go out, I get a lot of Ignesium, and I sell it for 305%, and hopefully, you know, not that I'm not beating Mind Arc, but hopefully, Mind Arc is winning and I'm winning, hopefully. And that's the sort of theory, you know. We'll see how it plays out. But I mean, you can see my trend lines are pretty good. And definitely what I'm trying to do here, going back to my trend lines, is I'm trying to. I think I can get back into the positive eventually. I think it's a matter of time. I'm just correcting slowly. But my goal is I'm getting back into the positive. I'm moving it over into deeds. I'm also getting a lot of pet into the game. I'm doing this pet size Ludius. That's a big win from Ludius. I mean, that's unusual, but I've been averaging 200 pet a month from Ludius. Results vary, but especially depending on certain countries, you don't get nearly so much off of the Watch. And you do have to kind of babysit Watch, because it asks if you're watching. If you can't babysit Watch a little bit, I kind of have it on, like I have multiple computers running, so I kind of have it, and I have multiple monitors. So on one of my computers, I got 2 monitors, so I kind of keep it off to the side, and I just kind of hopefully, see it when it pops up, and look at it every once in a while. Hopefully, get enough to keep it running. If not, then you just kind of run out of ads for a while, and then it's like you got to just turn it off and wait. But um, you know, um, but yeah, I'll have a link, a referral link. It's really good, Ludius.io. Even if you're not getting 1,000 pet crate, but I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you get 1,000 pet crate. But so I get like a little bonus when you complete offers. Doesn't cut into what anything you get. It just helps me out a little bit. And hopefully, I'll have a number of offers. There's Misplay, Atlas Earth. Atlas Earth you can do in U.S., Canada, um, Australia, and it's coming soon, pretty soon to Great Britain. It's really good. I don't know how. I'm sure they have it in the local currency, probably. So I don't know how it affects. But in the U.S., like just like if you complete like 150 lands, you can complete it within a year. You earn $200 a year. They're paying 200 US dollars. You're not. I'm sure. Not sure. I mean, I'm sure that in Canada it's in Canadian dollars. I don't know how they do it or Great Britain. I'm sure it's going to be in the pounds or euros in Great Britain. I mean, I know that Britain. I'm confused with that history. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm busy. I don't. Whatever. Sorry guys. I don't know what. If you guys, I don't know if it's pounds or euros in Britain. Sorry. But yeah, it's coming to Britain's, and there's a referral link there. So it actually will give you, actually you get a bonus by joining through a referral link for Atlas Earth, rather than just downloading it yourself. Plus I get it like a bonus. It just helps me get lands faster. I'm at this point half a year in, or less than like 5 months in. I'm basically at the halfway point, Atlas Earth. And so basically I'm earning about 100 pet a year, just by logging in a few days to watch 6 ads. You could do that like 3 times a day, but I mean to get the lands is a lot harder. You got to get like watch like 50 ads to get a land. So it's a commitment, but I mean, to be honest, compared to other commitments, it's a lot more rewarding and not really less, not really more time, not more effort or more time. It's just a little bit more focus, because you kind of got to get in the habit of doing it every so often so you can get those lands. So it's comparatively easier, but you know. It also, but it also takes, it takes some discipline too, because with Atlas Earth, you don't see, you don't really see, return right away. It's going to be a few months before you start. But once you start, you earn at a consistent rate. So like once you get to $5 a month, you're going to get $5 pretty much every single month. I mean, obviously you got some build in there, but once you hit your first $5 and you keep building, you're going to be earning $5 every single month. And then, as you keep building, and then you're earning $6 every month, you're going to earn $6 every single month. And then suddenly 7, 8, and then it'll be, 15 plus. And they're making it easier to, they're making a lot, you can get a lot higher than that too. So, but it just takes a lot more time, kind of about $200 a year is pretty easy to get in the first year. You just have to be very disciplined on it. Now, I don't think you earn $200 in your first year, but you get to the point where it'll be easy, just, 6 ads, 3 times a day. Be pretty easy maintenance at that point for that sort of rate of return. You don't have to put anything in. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, that referral link's there for those 3 countries, and then yeah, you should be able to use it for the UK too. But yeah, so but yeah, my goal is obviously as I'm doing this, I want to lock in. I want to lock in my wins and put it into deeds. And somewhat, I mean, my goal was 30,000 heads and deeds. But things are going so well. If they continue to keep going so well, I might increase that to about 35,000 or maybe even 40,000 pet and deeds. We'll see. Because I want to still play the game too, I mean, it's so I don't want this to like really cut into my gameplay, my deed goal. But we'll just see where it ends up. I mean, I'm currently about 23,000, 700-ish pets and deeds. And I'm intending to pretty much put the about 1,200 more pets into deeds pretty soon. Maybe even more. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, the fact that I got to where I'm getting pretty easily, I mean, it's been unusual and some luck, and but on the other hand, I had such bad luck for so long. You know, um, when I was streaming on Twitch, I was at the end, I was kind of saying like, yeah, I think I'm due for a 10K HOF. Although what's kind of happening is the game it doesn't feel like it wants to give me a HOF at all. It just wants to kind of slowly give me the ped back. I'm getting like lots of runs where on small mobs where I'm getting like 2 or 3 peds consistently on tiny little mobs. So for some reason the game has decided not to HOF me. It's just gonna like the opposite of nickel and dime. Like I'm putting in nickels and dimes and it's giving me dollars. Um, or like when I'm crafting EPs, if I do like a 50 ped run on EPs, it's gonna give me 55 peds back. It's kind of weird how it's giving me back in like these tiny little chunks rather than hoffing me. But on the other hand, I'm not gonna complain actually, because in some ways that's actually more profitable because you have more MU potential. Usually big HOFs, people like big HOFs, but unless you get a big HOF mining, and even then, well, I guess with nanocubes, big HOF mining is better than big HOF hunting usually. Big HOF events are usually extremely poor MU. It's usually almost all shrapnel. So I think on one of my more recent big hoffs, I was kind of lucky. I got a gun that was about 107 MU. So that made it a little bit better. But usually big hoffs are like, you know, just shrapnel. That's 101%. So they're actually sort of losing. I mean, how I see it is that you're cycling head and it's calculating your return and it's going to correct you. So actually, big hoffs are actually long-term losing events. So if you had the option to get a big hoff or a bunch of tiny little wins, you would prefer a bunch of tiny little wins actually, unless you just don't care. I mean, well, not don't care, but unless you just really like the big hoff. But if it's from a purely, this is my theory, so take it for what it is, my theory. But from a just a like little returns perspective, I just prefer to get tons of like you know um positive returns doing something like EP1 and never Hoff um than getting a big Hoff hunting. Unless like you get a big Hoff mining on like alternate ingot or something like that. But that sort of thing has eluded me. Alternate ingot has I think the max I've ever gotten on alternate ingot was maybe 105 or something. Not gonna say I haven't tried my hardest on that stuff, but I don't know. I can't really get any mines to pop above 105 peds to be real for me. Now, maybe with my skills increasing, maybe I'll get that pop, but I don't know with me and mining what it is, but the game won't just not off me on mining. Weirdly, like I was a hunter in the game. Weirdly, my first craft was a mining or a crafting hoff, like a simple plastic spring. It was like 900 peds. This is weird as a hunter, and I was barely a crafter at that point. Then my first off wasn't crafting, but I've just done an insane amount of mining to never have gotten a mining hoff. But it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna. Well, I guess the only thing that's a little like about that is the mining actually is the place you would prefer to hoff. I mean, even in the worst case scenario, you're gonna get nanocube, which is better than shrapnel. So yeah, mining actually is the place that you want to hoff. So that not a big frustration, but maybe a little bit of a frustration there that I've never been able to hoff, especially because I've tried so many times when I think I'm really at the point of a reversal being out there mining on alternate and get like it's my time. Let's get that 112% off, but always denied. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. All right, but I mean I'm not gonna complain. I like my trend line. So I'm hopeful that I can that even if it just gives me just a little bit positive, or even just holds me at even TT. If it holds me at even TT, I can break ahead in MU, and then with all the ped coming in, hopefully I can pull it back into the positive range, lock it up in deeds, and I've got a pretty strong ped balance anyway. I mean, if I can lock up, even I could just move a lot over. And I am, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to, go too heavy in. But you can see I still have 16 thousand peds in peds. Now some of that is armors, but not a lot of that. I mean, most of it is. I got stuck in a tree. Okay. Anyway, but most of it is movable. I could easily move. You know, well, I'm trying to analyze because when you look at the Entropia website, it's like you got like I don't know, maybe 4,000 rows of items. It's like, how is it even possible? I've got 4,000 rows of items somehow. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. But it's something in the thousands. It's ridiculous, and it's like, I think that's one of the things too. Mind Arc, it likes to collect your pet, and not, and some of it's not even in. Some of it's not even in. Like it's eating it. It's just like if you don't clean your storage, you know, you may have in 10 pet increments, you may have thousands of pet, you know. In 10 pet increments, and it's kind of hard to find all your pet because like I spent I was on Rocktopia and I was cleaning my Rocktopia storage and I think I found about maybe 600 pets of stuff, but the problem is like there were only two of them that were above like 60 pets. So I think there was an 80 pet one and a 60 pet one, but I ended up getting 600 pets of stuff, and a lot of them were just in 20 pet increments, and then there were just like a million 5 pet increments, I mean, not exactly. I'm being a little facetious, but you get the point. Is that it's like I think that's part of also how the game. I think it's a little bit purposeful that if you want to get people to store a lot of pet, um, just make an excessive amount of possible items. Um, so, if you don't have tendencies to clean, you're just gonna keep depoting. And that's part of how I got 6,000 pets into the game is, I mean, and I don't mind it at all, but, like if I had been more, a lot of times, like, when I'm busy, I was busy and stuff in the past, I would just be like, oh, I was like, I know I have all this pet in storage, but I don't really feel like doing it. I'll just depot. I think that's a way they can get people to depot without. And it's also like thinking like, well, maybe this stuff has value. Deal with it later. Oh, I'll just pull out the credit card and depot. But I'm definitely not doing that anymore. If anything, I'm gonna pull some money out of the game. I'm not gonna like, like money that could have gone into the game, I might just save and I'll count it against it. Like for example, Atlas Earth, I built, completely for Entropia. So money I get from Atlas Earth, I could just deduct out of my quote unquote score line. Um, and I haven't done that so far because I got some boxes to open. Although the boxes have been so poor, to be honest, I haven't um, I haven't got a good box in forever. Like I'm not even saying like a ring. Well, but even a ring, I mean, just give me like something. But I mean, even just like some amps and stuff. It's been forever since I've gotten an amp or something. So, um, you know, that kind of leads me, I mean, I do have boxes open, but it's got like, how much do I really feel like I got any MU potential off of them? But I'm probably gonna keep for a while putting money in, but I'm not intending to put any effort into collecting any more boxes though. Because I don't have any rare mayhem token. I know this event. Oh my goodness, we've been on there for a while. I know this event offers a rare token, but I just it looks insane. Do everything. Um, and to me, like okay, you get a rare token, then you spend. I mean, the rare token doesn't even one rare token doesn't even give you an insane item. I mean, it's insane, but it's not going to be like something you can use on huge mobs and stuff. So my thought is you kind of need multiple, but I mean, even one would be pretty cool. But if I had a rare token, yeah, I would keep grinding mayhem. But now that I don't have a rare token, it's like okay, I think I'm done. I just think I think mayhem is kind of devaluing itself. Um, I think it's become very accessible, but it's become so accessible and so popular that I don't think anything really has value anymore. Nobody wants pills anymore. So I just think that, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is value in mayhem, but I'm not seeing it. I think there are just too many boxes for the boxes to have value. And then I think they're trying to avoid power creep, but when they're avoiding power creep, it's like, okay, no one really, I mean, everyone wants the ring, but it's like no one's gonna pay big money trying to chase it, you know? Yeah, this is zero. This is the Marcus calendar, the estate broker. I guess that's the ones that were never claimed or something. I would just, I don't know, kind of would love a land area. Not gonna lie. Even if it was someplace like remote, I mean, for a remote one, I'd have to treat it as like my personal land area. But I might love a little personal remote land area if the price is good, Even something like Secret Island, I wouldn't pay like super big bucks for Secret Island, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like nobody even uses those, so I kind of wonder why people don't try to dump them. But maybe Never Die owns them, Maybe if those people left the game, maybe they are already back in Never Die's hands. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just getting my daily token here, and then I can, go check the dailies. And that's a good thing to do. Check all of them because there can be a bonus where you get 10 or 20 coins for doing something pretty simple. And then, that kind of equates essentially to, you could essentially get instantly a low level gun, that, it's 18,000 shots, and basically 0 decay. I mean, it's like a pet decay over time, but no, actually for those little guns, they're 20 peck. So, I mean, 18,000 shots at 20 peck decay. So those are pretty insane guns, and it helps you basically because you're using more ammo. Using more ammo, you can buy more ammo. Like shrapnel, so you're getting a little bit more out of your hunt. If you're buying shrapnel, at a discount to 101%, if you're buying it even at like 101.6 or sorry 100.6, so you're getting a fourth of a percent, So if you're buying it 100.6 and it's 101, you're getting, you know, not half a percent more, but a little almost. So that's why like low decay is preferable. High decay, the more shrapnel you use, as long as you're able to buy the shrapnel at less than 101, it can slightly increase your ratios, Well, I'll probably call it a video here because I do actually still be nice to get something for myself to eat before I go back to work. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and like the video, follow my channel, maybe leave a comment on the video. All that really helps raise visibility, so that YouTube knows that you do value this content and promotes it to other people. Yeah, and then I'll leave those referral codes. So there's opportunities where you can make some ped and then help me make ped, but it doesn't cut into what you get. So all of them are good opportunities. And all right, till next time, guys. Probably next time will probably be a topical one. unless something big happens. But most likely topical. Gonna try to do it, more of them topical than these, but this was just happened to be interesting enough with that big 1,000 pet crate. That was pretty exciting. Really changed the dynamics of the score line a lot too. So I figured I'd do that. So until next time, guys. All right, hope you have a good one. May Ludius be with you. All right, take care. Peace.